Sony wrapped up their final game showcase before the launch of the PlayStation 5 console on 12 November. We saw many amazing games that got everybody excited for this console launch, but there were also a lot of information announced by Jim Ryan after the event that needs to be discussed. Welcome everybody and thank you for joining me. I hope everybody is having a good day. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing for more videos like this. I do appreciate the support. Sony had a very good game showcase, but there were also a lot of people who felt that the information Sony released afterwards regarding the cross-generational play and game prices was a bit sneaky.
It was very sneaky.
Now I do not really think that is true, but I'm just going to give everybody the information and then you can draw your own conclusions. So let's start off with the pre-orders. The pre-orders were gone before they even started.
And it's gone.
What?
It's gone. It's all gone.
By the time you're seeing this video, it is probably already too late. As I stated in yesterday's video, this console is in very high demand and getting your hands on one of them is going to be very hard. And that proved to be true today because the pre-orders opened and it was a complete mess. Now I know that there are a bunch of people who blame Sony for this, but honestly in my opinion, I think the blame should be placed on the retailers. Simply put, they jumped the gun. Sony stated that pre-orders will open in the morning after the showcase, but there were a few retailers who just started early and then other retailers panicked and did the same thing. I'm not sure how Sony could have stopped this, and I also think that is something that can very easily happen to Microsoft as well. The pre-orders was insane. People could not log into websites, and when they finally got in, they could not buy anything due to high demand. Those people then had to go physically to the stores, and that was also a nightmare. I saw a few YouTube videos where people explained the chaos. I can only imagine how insane it was standing there in those lines while people were panicking trying to get their hands on one of these consoles.
We usually start lining up around 3 a.m. We douse ourselves in pig blood because it does help us slip through the crowd when the doors open.
Then cross-generational play. Earlier this year, Jim Ryan said that they believe in generations and that some of the PlayStation 5 games are only possible because they leave the old hardware behind. It looks like Sony has now decided not to make all of their new PlayStation 5 games exclusive, and this is a move that I think is great. I am glad to see that Sony is listening to their fans and bringing those games to PlayStation 4 as well. There are plenty of people who might not be in a position to upgrade immediately, and it is great that those people will now be able to experience some of those new titles as well. There is no reason why these games should not be on the PlayStation 4. Those games include Spiderman Miles Morales, Sackboy Big Adventure and Horizon Forbidden West. On top of that, they will also give every person who buys those games a completely free upgrade to the PlayStation 5. That is something that Xbox will also do, and they have been promoting that very hard. It is good to see that Sony is now doing the same thing. We want all gamers to get the best possible deal. Then the Sony PlayStation 5 game price tags. Now this is the one that was a little bit of a surprise to me. I did think that Sony would try and do something to compete with Xbox here, but they announced that all of their first party exclusive games will be $70 US. Now I know it's not always a fair thing to do, but it's also hard not to compare that move to what Microsoft is doing because they are competing with each other. All of Microsoft's first party exclusives will be available on Game Pass the day and the date it releases. That again just makes me appreciate the value of Game Pass. Now I covered this information yesterday, but I just quickly want to go over it again. Sony announced that their all digital PlayStation 5 will be $399 US and the disc-based version will be $499 US. The release date for both these consoles will be on the 12th of November in the US, Japan, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand and South Korea. For the rest of the world it will be on the 19th of November. So to wrap this up, I think Sony did a great job with this event and I am really excited for these consoles to launch. But on that note, this is where I'm going to end it. So again, if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button. If you would like to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing, and as always, please remember to stay safe, wash your hands, don't touch your face, and I hope to see you again soon.